So one way I enjoyed bonding with my grandmother was through doing her hair. I loved doing my grandmother's hair. What kind of products did y'all use back in the day?
Royal Crown. You ever heard of Royal Crown?
Royal Crown?
Royal Crown hairdressing. Royal Crown, that's what we use. Big jars of grease. And have it for goodness knows how long.
Yeah.
It's Royal Crown in a green and red container. Blue Magic came along later when I was.
It felt like we were in a real salon setting, having girl talk over coffee.
He said you could put it on your face. I said, Janet, I don't know about your face. He said, that old man looked good, didn't he? I said, yes, he did. Man, he's like 80-some years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did look good.
Okay, all right. You know, we would talk, have coffee, and just chop it up, you know. And I am definitely going to miss those times. We're going to talk about some of the things that I observed, adopted, and learned from my grandmother's hair care. Side combs. My grandmother always kept a side comb on the right side of her hair. I believe, yes, her right side. And that was her little signature little style, her side combs. She always kept the bangs swooped to the left side of her eye. That was her signature style. From what I can remember, she had the same exact hairstyle all of her life. It never changed. I'm not going to post my grandmother's face online. She won't let me show her face, so I can't show you what the grade she's talking about, but it's very minimal.
Show my face, I look so old.
Grandmom, you look great, and you are in your 80s, so you look great. She never felt comfortable displaying her face online. Blue Magic is her product of choice. Now, I used to clown her about Blue Magic. She just stopped using Blue Magic this year. She's in her 80s. She's been using Blue Magic since she was, what, a kid?
Teenager.
I begged her to stop using Blue Magic and try something new. All right, she is, well, we'll say
81.
Well, okay, I didn't think she was gonna tell y'all. She's 81, and look, she barely has any gray hair. Check that out. She just started getting gray this year.
A little gray at the edges.
She's concerned with the gray hair. I think it looks phenomenal.
Gray around the edges.
But it's very minimal. Very minimal. Hold on, let me get this.
Show my face, I look so old.
Grandmom, you look great, and you are in your 80s, so you look great. Sponge rollers. She had a whole bunch of sponge rollers, the pink ones, the black ones. She would wrap them up in paper towels, put them in like a little plastic bin. That was her thing. That was her little hairdressing little area. She used to wrap paper towels around her sponge rollers. Maybe because the sponge was so thin, it kind of gave the sponge some thickness. That's what I'm assuming. I got the idea to wrap a paper towel around my rollers. Now, they're not sponge rollers, they're usually hard rollers, but the whole concept and idea came from my grandmother. Her routine was very basic: wash, shampoo, blow dry, straightening with the straightening comb, roll it up at night, spray it with Sheen in the morning. She faithfully relaxed her hair. I think she relaxed her hair every 6 to 8 weeks. She said her hair was too poofy in the back, huh?
Yeah.
And then you had a relaxer since when?
That's about 3 weeks ago, I think.
Whatever works. Whether you're natural or relaxed, whatever makes your life less complicated, go for it. Right, Grandma?
Right. Absolutely.
Although she didn't have a coarse texture, she felt the need to relax her hair because that's what she was accustomed to doing all of her life. It's curled under. I never saw my grandmother with flip curls. She always curled her hair under. That was her styling technique. rolling under, curling under. My grandmother didn't wash her hair very often. I think she came from the era where, you know, maybe they thought, you know, dirt made your hair grow. Black folks back in the day, they used to think the dirtier your hair, the more it would grow. That's not the reason why I don't wash my hair that often. I don't wash my hair that often because my hair really doesn't need it. And conditioner of choice was VO5 Basic. That was the only shampoo and conditioner I recall her ever purchasing. Vidal Sassoon handheld dryer with the comb attachment. That is the only blow dryer I ever recall her having. Straightening comb. She used to use the straightening comb on the stovetop as well as the electric straightening comb. Brown gel. My grandmother loved that nasty brown gel. It's very thick, it's very gooey, She would blow dry her hair, then roll it up, grease her scalp, grease her hair, and then roll her hair up with brown gel. I think the brown gel helped the curls more defined. In the morning when she would take her rollers out, she would then spray her hair with Iso Plus. Now I use Iso Plus. I used to love Iso Plus. That stuff is greasy, it's oily, it weighs your hair down, but I was addicted to Iso Plus. So we both loved Iso Plus. My grandmother used to have a jerry curl. That she wore a jerry curl for quite a long time. Peroxide. My grandmother used to use peroxide to dye her hair. Why she chose peroxide as opposed to buying a box of dye, but she used to put a couple of brown streaks in the front of her hair using peroxide. Wigs. I've only seen my grandmother wear a wig maybe like 5 or 6 times. She didn't wear it very often. She really preferred wearing her natural hair out. Wigs was not really her, wasn't her go-to style. She always wore pantyhose on her head. Maybe because the pantyhose stayed on longer. Maybe they didn't fall off at night, but pantyhose along with her rollers is what I recall as a kid. That was her like nighttime, bedtime regimen. My long hair made my grandmother so uncomfortable. She did not like when I went out in public wearing my hair out. And I'm gonna tell you why. Junior high, I got jumped. Yes, I got jumped, honey, by 2 sisters. They jumped me and it was all over my hair. They thought I was cute because I had long. I'm not even lying. And so they jumped me right in front of my house. But my grandmother and my aunt Dale saw me getting jumped and they ran outside. And all these girls kept doing was just pulling out my hair, pulling out my hair, pulling out my hair. I mean, and let me tell you something. If these women saw me today, they would still have a problem with me. But this happened back in junior high. Ever since that happened, because it was over my hair, and I'll save that story for story time, my grandmother never liked me wearing my hair out. So whenever I would go out and my hair was out, she's like, why don't you put your hair up? I'm like, why, grandma? She's like, you don't have to wear it. I'll put your hair up. It made her so uncomfortable.